Hi, you guys. We're going to be talking about fractions today. So go ahead and make sure you have your paper and you're ready for today's anchor chart. I almost started singing, so you're lucky I stopped. But fractions. All right, there you go. Now I'm done. All right, so here today, let's do a fraction review. So if you want, you can do your bubbles. Make sure if you haven't been doing this, because we still have about 4 weeks left, so it's kind of good to make sure we are still in some good routine because you guys are doing amazing. So keep it up. But make sure when you are done with these anchor charts, you're putting them in some type of folder. If you had your Avid Finder and you took it home, use that. Put it in the blue tab. I was just talking to someone earlier that was changing their password on something, and luckily, oh, yeah, I think Julian. Thank you, Julian. Julian was kind of hinting like, "Hey, I've got this spot. This is where I put all my passwords. I don't want to tell you where it is because you may find him and find it." No, I'm just joking, but yeah. So make sure you're staying organized because it definitely helps and I definitely can tell. So what we're doing with fraction review just real quickly is I want to go over the two parts of a fraction. So on the top of the fraction, you have what we call, I'll do it in red, our numerator. So go ahead, write out numerator. And then on the bottom of our fraction, we have what we call our denominator. Sorry, M-N-T-O-R. Sorry, DENOMINATOR. So sorry for the messed up writing. So you have your numerator on your top, you have your denominator on the bottom. If you remember when we're talking about, hold on because it's going to go pretty fast after this, pay attention. When we talk about it, we talk about there being the denominator in the blue. That's about how many spaces the shape has. So it has parts, 3 parts, not spaces. And then the numerator on the top, of course, talks about how many are shaded in. So 2 are shaded in. So 1, 2, and then, of course, 3 parts. Okay, so that's just a quick 1, 2, 3, the denominator. So that's just a quick review. But now today we're going to go over how to add these. So let me do green. We're going to add. This is a very light green. It's not an olive ocelot green. So we're going to be adding. So go ahead, either on the same paper or on the back. Or if you like to just get new ones, go ahead, write adding fractions. So this is going to be today's lesson. That was just a quick review. So when we add fractions, the first step you're always going to do, of course, is to add the numerators. Remember, we had just talked about how the numerators are the numbers on top. So you're going to add the numerators. But you're always going to, and this is the tricky part sometimes when we're either reviewing or just learning for the first time, keep the denominator the same. I should use plurals. Keep the denominators the same. And then finally, the third step, so you add the numerators, you keep the denominators the same. You're going to what we call simplify. So we'll do a little bit today, a lot more simplifying on Thursday. And then next week, Thursday's a 5th grade lesson. This is 4th grade, just because it's a good review. Thursday's 5th grade. And then all next week, I'm just going to go straight to the 5th grade ones, and we're going to learn more about simplifying and greatest and least common denominators. So today, though, let's focus in on, thank you. Focus in on, let's do 2/5 plus 1/5. So these I love. You're always going to keep the denominators the same. So this was a 5, this was a 5, this is a 5 always. So always, if they are the same, if this number and this number, this denominator are the same, keep it the same while you're adding for the first time. And then of course 2 plus 1 equals 3. Now when I need to figure out if I have to simplify, I have to look and think, is there a number that fits into 3 and 5? No, besides 1, but that would just give us the same conclusion, 3/5. So you cannot simplify 3/5 anymore. Let's go on and see about this next one. This one we are going to simplify. So look to see what the difference is with this one. So let's go ahead, write on your paper 4/8 plus 2/8. We have the same denominator, so we can keep that the same on the bottom. And then if we add 4 plus 2, we get 6. So you can put that on the top. Now we have to think, is there a number that can go into 6 and 8, the same number? And yes, there is. It's 2. So what you want to do, and I know we can do it all mentally, but for today, can you please write it out? Thank you. All right. So yeah, 2 can fit into 6 and 2 can fit into 8. So you would basically say 6 divided by 2 equals 3, and 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So you can actually reduce it and make it smaller. So it started out as 6/8, but then we put 2 into 6 3 times. We put 2 into 8 4 times, and we simplify the new fraction as 3/4. So today for your, just want to double check. So for today for yours, you will have the numerator, denominator. Look to see if any of them can be simplified. So first add them up, just like our first check. Add them up, keep the denominators the same, even the first time you add them up, even if you're like, oh, I feel like I could simplify it. Don't simplify yet. Add first, keep the denominators the same, and then simplify. All right? All right, take your time, use your anchor charts, write on notes, and I will see you tomorrow at our meetings. Remember, 4th grade meets at 3 o'clock. 5th grade meets at 3:30. Bye.